All right, everybody, welcome back. We are here back again at the easy content train. How do you start one of these? I don't know how to do these. I know the last time I did one of these, I kept on moving around, so I messed the camera up a lot. So I'm just gonna keep on. I give up. All right, listen. I'm tired of pretending like I think I know what I'm doing, so I'm not even going to. I'm just gonna go ahead and just do it. So what we're doing here today is we're gonna be making a tier list of all the Dragon Ball villains from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball GT and Super. Woo, yay. Let's go ahead and get started because I've recorded this like 5 times and I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. I'm lost. I still don't like looking at this goddamn camera. First on the list is Broly. Z Broly, movie Broly, and that is a tough one to start off on because my god, he's so cool, but my god is he an awful character. Hold on, let me look at the list real quick. Legendary Super Saiyan is a fine movie. It's a little silly. He's not a great character. He doesn't develop in any of these movies, and then you gotta take into account that Second Coming is just weird. All I can remember about that movie is that Trunks pisses on him for some reason. And Bio Broly, as we all know, is an affront to God. There's a ceiling to where Broly can go. And I know some people are gonna hate me for it, but compared to some of the other characters here, he's going in C. He's going in C for now. I don't care. You can click off the video. You can unsubscribe. You can hate. You can call me a loser in the comment section. You can piss and shit all over the place. I don't care. I'm gonna put him in C. Hit from Dragon Ball Super. Hit is a fun character. He is one that has some mystery behind him and you want to learn more about. He's also a hitman. Surprise, surprise. An assassin. It's interesting stuff there. And I think overall he had a good presentation in the Universe 6 versus 7 tournament. I think I like him a good bit for just being that and also having a kind of an interesting character where he's not really good or bad, he just does his job. There's not much I can say about Hit is the problem. I'm gonna put him a level up and say that he's B tier. This is a bit of a funny one, right? Because we have Golden Frieza and then later on we have regular Frieza. So the problem here is that if we're talking about Golden Frieza, strictly talking maybe Resurrection F movie or Resurrection F saga, right? But then if you also throw in the fact that he has those fantastic moments in the Universal Survival arc, right? That elevates him a lot. It elevates him a lot. It's still Frieza, and I love Frieza, you know, haha, hello monkeys, you know, that whole business. Super Frieza has his misses, but for every miss he has a really strong hit. Not like B tier hit, but I'm thinking A tier hit. Garlic Jr. A full power Garlic Jr. might I add. I don't know if there's a reason they did that one, but anyway, Dead Zone is one of my favorite Dragon Ball movies, even though the original Dragon Ball Z movies are kind of they're just kind of side stories to be, I don't know, to suck the money from you, essentially. He's got something going there. There's also that weird arc in Z where he turns everybody into zombie vampire things, and it's there, I guess. It's a filler arc. Garlic Jr. he's got some character to him. He's got something going on. He's very much just like there. There's no other way to put it. Garlic Jr. is probably right in the same tier as Broly. God, I'm gonna get crucified for doing that, but it's true. I don't care what you think. This is the definitive tier list, god damn it. I am not taking anything else aside from definitive for this goddamn tier list. This is the one. This is the right one. Zamasu. Okay, so since I don't see Goku Black or regular old Zamasu on here, I'm gonna roll them all into one and say this character is pretty damn mediocre. His arc is really good and bad at the same time. It's really emblematic of all the problems that Super has. It's all rolled up into one arc and it lets you know exactly the quality that Super has. Again, he's kind of like Super Frieza. When he hits, he hits. When he misses, he misses. Regular Zamasu, whatever. Goku Black, fun idea. Not such a great idea to actually execute. Evil Goku has been kind of a silly thing the community has been wanting, but for reasons we then found out, doesn't really work. But he also fought Vegeta Blue, and that was really cool. But then he also had that awful ending where you had Zeno show up and destroy the universe because, hello, he's immortal. We have to kill him, but we can't kill him, so let's just erase him, and it's awful. I don't think I can find it in my heart to give him anything higher than a C. He's cool. I think I like him in the same kind of range as a Broly, but there's just too much wrong. There's too much wrong going on here, and honestly, he's on the verge of D. It's disappointing. He might honestly go down to D later on. Babidi is not much of a character, but all things considered, he's really fun. I don't know what it is about these like magical like creep shows, these hee-hee, you know, these kind of characters. I like Babidi. I like him a lot. All things considered, for those few short episodes he's around, just wizarding around and trying to command this big blue, he's not blue, this big pink genie demon thing, Big League Chew. It's pretty fun. Like he's not a bad character in terms of what he's supposed to do, but in terms of being anything beyond that, he doesn't have anything. I kind of want to put him in B for the simple fact that he does everything he needs to do so well. Even if he is, I don't want to say a ripoff of his father whose name is escaping, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. Come on, Justin. Let's put him in B. Let's put him in B. Oh, baby. Oh, GT. Oh, why'd they put GT in here? Oh. Okay. Baby is not the worst villain in GT, but it's still GT. Okay. Baby as a concept. I'll say this, Baby as a concept is really strong, is really good. The idea of Tuffles making this weapon against the Saiyans, you know, the same people that destroyed their home planet, I like that. I like that a lot. And the fact that he takes over as Saiyan to do it, I like that. But GT's presentation is fucking terrible. There's no excusing how, I don't care. I want to be a little nice to the GT supporters. I want to be a little nice, but it's just not good. It's just the way they present him is not good. Like God, it's GT. He's probably the strongest villain in GT. You can call them that. I'll tell you what. I'll give you something here, right? I've been thinking about making a video of GT versus Super for the longest time. Maybe I'll go ahead and I'll remember this moment. I'll put a little pin in this, right? When I rewatch GT, and if I'm eating my words, he'll shoot up straight to A or S tier, some shit like that. I don't know. I'll even make it in part of that video. For the meantime, I again don't think I can give Baby anything higher than a C. Bojack. My bearded dragon woke up after hearing that name. I don't know what excitement she got from that because there's not much to be found with Bojack, I can tell you that much. Bojack is literally just nothing. He's nothing of a character. For a movie villain that doesn't have any sort of like character or anything to like grab onto, he's just fodder for Gohan to seem cool. That's all he is. I like his movie a little bit, right? Because there's some things in there like the tournament where you got the Z Warriors fighting each other and you got that different like dimension where they're fighting the actual Bojack horsemen. Oh shit. It's cool, but Bojack himself is nothing. Space pirate locked up in King Kai's world. There's so much you can't, no, I'm joking to myself. You can't do anything with that. D, he's a D. He's our first D. I'm surprised that he managed to get lower than a GT character, but my God, there's just nothing to him. Fuck Bojack. Man, they're gonna get me canceled for that design. Man, they're gonna get me demonetized for that design. Sergeant Staff Officer Black. God damn it, they called him Staff Officer Black. I don't remember this guy at all. I'm literally looking at the Dragon Ball Fandom.com wiki thing, and I don't remember him at all. I'll be honest with you, I haven't watched the entirety of Dragon Ball yet. I'm gonna say he's a flat D, because I don't remember him. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. And now we find a moment where Super sucks. Awful donkey dicks. Diarrhea in my donkey ear. What is the AVGN theme song? I don't remember. Copy Vegeta? Goo Vegeta? Purple Cumulon Vegeta? What is his name? I don't know his name. What I mean to say is F tier, because this Vegeta is terrible. I can't stand that this is their idea. It's almost like the movie villain thing, right? Where they always have like a prototype to the villain or something like that, right? Where they make like a Cooler to your Frieza, or they make like a Janemba to your Majin Buu. They did this in light of the Goku Black Saga, and it sucked. You had Vegeta sucking on a pacifier, and that's the main thing I remember about this saga. It sucked. F tier all day, every day. Fuck that Vegeta. Androids 17 and 18. I like them a lot. Of course, a lot of us know about the whole Toriyama thing where Dr. Gero and Android 19 were supposed to be the main antagonists, and then his editor's like, what the fuck is that? And then he made these two, and then his editor's like, what the fuck is that? But all things considered, I could easily see Android 18 and 17 being the main antagonists, like they were in the Future Trunks timeline. I think they actually work pretty well, and they're actually kind of sinister, and not only that, but after the fact, they become really solid characters, especially 18 with Krillin, and 17 and Super really shines pretty well. All things considered, I'm gonna put him in A tier, actually. I like him a lot. Dr. Wheelo. That one's tough because, spoilers for the eventual video I'll probably make of this, but The World's Strongest is one of my favorite Dragon Ball Z movies, if not in terms of the original Dragon Ball Z run of movies, probably my favorite. But like, it's not like his character's super special or anything. He just really works well in that movie. His whole goal being, you know, to take over the world's strongest body and become the world's strongest, right? Not to mention, I like his design. I like giant mecha things like that. It's cool. Does he do much aside from that? No, not really. He's just kind of big mecha guy and a big brain Giga Chad. Mr. Wheelo can go right there with Bobbity, I think. He kind of fits in that kind of line for me. Very, very satisfactory, but doesn't go much further than that. Speaking of which, here is King Cold, who is basically just cannon fodder for Trunks. But all things considered, I like him. I like his design. I like the fact that they had this extra threat alongside Frieza in the form of his father. You know, I like him. He's not anything special. Again, he's just kind of a thing. King Cold, I think, can go right up there as well in B tier. He's not offensive. He's not special really in any way, but he's fine. I like him. I just realized I put King Cold above Broly. Like, I'm going to get castrated, I swear to God. Like, somebody is gonna come to my house and rip my nuts off, I swear to God. God, I like Janemba a lot. I like Janemba so much. Fusion Reborn is arguably my second favorite Dragon Ball Z movie. And it's tough because, like, he's not anything special either, but, like, his design is awesome. His original form is really fun and interesting. It's like, again, like a kind of like a prototype kind of thing to Majin Buu. I like him a lot. And it honestly, if he were to take place over Majin Buu in the Majin Buu arc, I kind of would have preferred that. That said, he's part of Fusion Reborn, and that's how we're gonna rank him. So, screw it, I'm gonna put him in B. Just because, like, his part in the movie is so good. He feels like a threat. He has so many cool abilities. He makes Goku and Vegeta resort to fusion. It's cool. I can't help but love Janemba. He's really cool. Whatever you want to say, Janemba is better than Broly. I'll tell you that much. Stop talking about how much you think Broly should be up higher. He's not. He doesn't deserve it. He does not deserve it. I'm telling you. Hirudegarn. I'll be straight up honest with you. I don't really care about Hirudegarn. It's like the stars align with that because I love Kaiju and I love Dragon Ball. But Hirudegarn just hits me with this limp dick energy that doesn't really do much for me. Yeah, I really like the idea of a Kaiju in a Dragon Ball movie. That's cool, but like, just nothing. And then he kind of gets killed by Super Saiyan 3 Goku after we'd already seen like a fusion and stuff like that. Like, it seems like a step down. I don't know. Didn't really do it for me. It doesn't really excite me anymore. Our marriage counselor just isn't working. Frankly, Hirudegarn, I think, can go right there in D tier. Not for any real fault of his own. He's just kind of nothing. He's just an antagonist. Hoi. Yeah, I was gonna say Hoi is better. He's not better, honestly. Pilaf, okay. I don't like him in Super, but in Dragon Ball he's pretty fun. In GT, you know, actually I'm gonna take that out of the equation. Otherwise, this is gonna go straight into F. Pilaf is fine. I don't think he's really that spectacular one way or another. I think he probably belongs somewhere in upper C tier. I think above Garlic Jr., not above Broly. I might just put him there to annoy all of you people. But no, I think he's a C tier character, maybe a B tier. I have to watch all of Dragon Ball to be sure. But what I have seen of his character, he's fine. He does whatever. Frieza, let's just put him where he deserves to be in the S tier, right? From Z to every movie appearance to Super, Frieza is just a fantastic character. Space businessman that has no right being as fun as he is, sadistic, zesty. I love Frieza. Frieza is arguably my favorite character in Dragon Ball Z, but maybe there's somebody else that could take that top spot. Frieza's just fantastic. Let's just leave it at that because I could gush for hours on end about how much I love Frieza. Hello, monkeys! Captain Ginyu. Okay, so Captain Ginyu, I like him a lot too. Honestly, quite frankly, I think he deserves to be higher than a lot of these other people because he actually feels like a really menacing threat when you see the Ginyu Force show up for the first time. Like in the Frieza saga, you just constantly get all these people that get more and more powerful and more threatening as they keep going up to Frieza. And Captain Ginyu is the last stop before Frieza. I like him a lot. I think he's a lot of fun. I kind of want to put him in A tier. I think he deserves to be in A tier, all things considered. Very fun, very unique ability. What's not to like about Captain Ginyu, honestly? Plus the man's got poses. Not gonna lie, bro, I don't know your name either. You're not just a pterodactyl, are you? Oh, he entered into the World Martial Arts Tournament. How could I forget about you? Are we gonna pretend that he's anything more than and like whatever. He happened. He is a thing. That is cool, I guess. I don't want to put him into D tier because that seems kind of mean, but he's going to D tier for no other reason than the fact that, again, I haven't watched enough Dragon Ball. I only know him from his little appearances in Dragon Ball Z. What are you gonna do? Honestly, what are you even gonna do? Ten Shinhan, okay. No, it's not Tien, it's Ten Shinhan. In Dragon Ball, from the bits and pieces I've seen, like, he is phenomenal as an antagonist in that series. So I think I can just shoot him up easy into A tier, maybe even S tier if I really wanted to. Honestly, I think I might throw him up into S tier. As an antagonist, it's up there. It's up there. It is up there. It is up there. It is up there. I'm gonna keep him an A. I'm gonna keep him an A for now. I think he is very, very solid. I don't know if he breaks that mold for me, although I think, put him above Captain Ginyu. I think he deserves that. Cooler is cool. I didn't even mean to do that. I like Cooler. He's a cool design. He's just Frieza, but repurposed. But can I really put him anywhere above like any of the other movie villains? Not really. Like, actually, I might say I prefer Broly to Cooler on some days. No, I don't actually. He's gonna go into C tier as well. I think high C. I don't know if I prefer him or Broly or not. He's good. I like him. He's not anything special again. And I think we have like the original meta Cooler over there. So I don't know what that's about. Spopovich is on this list, I guess. All Spopovich is known for is giving that hellish beatdown to Videl in the early parts of the Majin Buu arc and nothing else. He looks like a dipshit. He exudes this big dunce energy and he looks like that. Can I really put him higher than anything aside from a D? Like, he's just kind of nothing. It's just kind of nothing. Like, that's, what do you want me to do? Do you really want to see Spopovich in A tier? Is that what you want? I don't think so. I don't think so, buddy. Okay. Tao Pai Pai. I haven't seen enough Dragon Ball. Again, everything I've seen, everything I've heard, I think leans more towards the upper echelon, towards A or B, preferably. I think it'd be really appropriate actually to put him right next to Hit. I think that is appropriate for what I understand of him. So there you go. Kid Buu is the only one I see on this list, so I'm going to assume that that includes Majin Buu, Super Buu, Evil Buu, all the Boos, Buuhan, Buu Rock Obama, you know the ones. The Majin Buu saga is easily the worst in Z. I can't even hate him then because he's still got plenty of great moments, like the human extinction shit is kind of like actually frightening. And Kid Buu like actually going on a frenzy and destroying everything is kind of insane. But aside from that, like, he's okay. I think he deserves to go into B tier as well, honestly. Maybe higher ends than Hits, because I think I appreciate them about both the same level-ish. And now that I see this, honestly, I think that King Cole deserves to drop down to a C. I think he's cool. I don't think he's like actually like that bad as much as the actual arc in terms of presentation and length especially kind of falter that whole presentation, but I think Buu himself is fine, and I actually like Majin Buu, especially as how he's presented in like Super in terms of like the moral arc and everything. Like there's things that got going with him. There's something special going on there. King Piccolo goes right up in the S tier because he is the best villain in Dragon Ball Dadoy. Aha, he is cool. I like him a lot. His arc is really good. I haven't seen all of it again, but from everything I've seen, King Piccolo just rocks. When you get this like air of menace that you don't really have until you see like a Frieza again, and it's really cool to see. So I think King Piccolo easily deserves to be in like the S tier. Lord Slug is just repurposed King Piccolo and not as good. That being said, he still has like a little bit of an air of menace to him. He's not like that bad. I think he probably deserves to be somewhere in the low C category, but he's not quite BoJack level. He has a little bit more character to him than that. What can you say about Lord Slug? He's Lord Slug. Jiren. Okay, hold on. Let's give Jiren a fair shot here. Because aside from being a boring character with a awful backstory and a really lame design that looks like a roided out A Lamau, I think I just talked myself into putting him to D tier actually. I was gonna say he's kind of strong and he's got some neat abilities and he awakens Ultra Instinct and all this stuff. And he's also part of one of the best fights in Dragon Ball Super, if not Dragon Ball period. Oh, okay. I can't find it in me to, after I've said that, put him lower than Lord Slug. Or Baby, for that matter. Now that I see Baby in that matter, I have to put him at least like mid C tier, I think. Definitely higher than Garlic Jr., definitely higher than Pilaf. I think he's a top of C tier, I think is where he's going. If I can move these around, dear Lord God. Cooler found his way better than Broly. I'm gonna keep it that way. The Para brothers, what else can be said? There's only one spot for them to go, and it's all the way to the top, baby. You've got like Ariana Grande, and then you got the Para brothers. They're on the top, there's no doubt about it. Piccolo Jr. Oh, does he deserve to be an S tier too? As an antagonist, he's not there for a long time, and he never really feels like an antagonist the same way King Piccolo does, but that one fight he has as an antagonist, and even that like semi-antagonist part he has in the early part of Z, is like really solid. I think for his lasting impact and where he goes after the fact, I think Piccolo Jr. has to go in S tier. Better than Power Brothers. Just this once. But yeah, I think he's in S tier. I think he's a great character overall. Even as an antagonist, he rocks. Pikkon? Can we even really count Pikkon as a villain? Pikkon is whatever. He's honestly lower in my mind than Spopovich. He's just filler content that I don't care about. Lord God Almighty. Sin/Omega Shenron. He's like a worse version of Jiren in a way, except he's actually evil. That said, God, GT is just filled with like concepts that are really cool, but awful execution. My Lord God. Like the idea of a shadow dragon being born out of these wishes that like created this negative energy, like that's cool. I like that idea. There's something to like kind of actually like, there's consequence. Consequence in Dragon Ball doesn't exist, but in GT actually does. Like what? That's insane. That's a crazy concept. But God, is he boring. Like God, the choreography in that arc sucks. It is terrible. It's awful. Oh my God, it's GT. He's worse than Baby. He is. Oh my God. I'm gonna put him like the highest of D tier, I think. But man, he sucks. He sucks. He does. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, GT fans. He does. He sucks. He does. Raditz. Raditz is your introduction to Dragon Ball Z and Goku's brother. Like he's actually got some significance to the story. The only thing is he doesn't last long and his character isn't really much of a character. He's just Goku's brother, right? And he's evil. And also he's about the strength of a Cyberman who Nappa grows like a fucking cabbage. I didn't even mean that pun. I didn't realize I did that. That was not on purpose. Like Nappa cabbage, that was not on purpose. I swear to God. Raditz is good. I think I have to put him in B tier. Again, he serves a purpose. He does what he does. He's kind of in the same reigns as Captain Ginyu, but not as good as Captain Ginyu in my eyes. He's not as memorable, but he does serve a really solid purpose. So I'm gonna keep him a B. Super Android 17. I don't like Super Android 17. He's got some cool things about him, I guess. Oh, I'm trying to find any reason to not put him into F tier. Oh my God. I don't think he's that bad as like Copy Vegeta or Come Vegeta, whatever the fuck he's called. But he's pretty bad. I gotta put him in the lowest range of F tier, or of D tier, excuse me. He's like the worst thing in GT. Aside from like Dr. Mew, maybe. Oh, he's bad. Oh, GT, ha. Super Android 13 somehow manages to be more significant in my mind than Super Android 17, and that's kind of embarrassing because he's really bad. Funny enough, he's like the prototype to Cell and Broly. More so Cell, I guess, because I think that's what they were going for, but like, does he really do anything? No. All he talks about is like racism and segregation, although who can forget about the $30 haircut? Like, that's amazing. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put him above Super Android 17. I think he's still in the same kind of range as like a Bojack. Honestly, I think I like him a little bit more than Sin Shinron, but I'm gonna keep him in like right. I like him more than Bojack, so we're gonna keep him right there in D. Because I can't put all the movie villains in C. I can't do it. There's some that are better than others, and a lot of them are really average, so they're going in D. That cooler, or original metal cooler. What is it called? The Spaghetti Star? The what? That one. I don't know his name. I don't know what they call him in that movie. Just cooler, right? I don't know why they separate this cooler from the other cooler, because when I have to analyze those two separately, one of them is definitely better than the other one, and it's the one we already have on the tier list. This cooler is nothing. He looks kind of cool. His design is the best part about him, even though it's not that good. It's surely based off of that, and like the 2 minutes we see him in the movie, like he has to go into like D tier. Like there's no other place for him to go. So like he's going like above honestly everyone else here, because I like Cooler more than everyone else on this list. But like he's not special. I'm sorry. He's just not. Let's just get this one out of the way, right? Because Cell is my favorite Dragon Ball Z antagonist for several reasons that I probably will talk about one day, most notably being like the accumulation of all the failures of the Z Warriors, and also being a literal accumulation of them in the first place. I love Cell. I love his arrogance. I love his design. I love everything about him. Cell rocks. He's also part of the best story arc in terms of like Gohan's transformation in Dragon Ball Z, and literal transformation. I love Cell. I love everything about him. He's menacing, he's cool, he's sleek. Everything about him, rock solid, S tier, easy. All day, every day. Turles. He's the prototype to Goku Black, but he sucks. Like, he eats a fruit and then he gets thick. That's all his character does. Like, honest to God, when I think about the Tree of Might movie, I think about that pink guy that looks like a dick. I don't think of Turles that often, and people seem to like him a lot for some reason. I think it's just because evil Goku is such like a staple in the minds of Dragon Ball Z fans. But Turles sucks. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry to be the one to report the bad news here, but Turles sucks. I don't know if I can really put him in D tier though. I'm looking at everyone else. No, he does suck. He does belong in that tier. I'm sorry. He goes right there and like in D tier, below Cooler, honestly. Vegeta, like, do we even have to discuss this? Easy S tier. He's below the Power Brothers, unfortunately. Like, let's just get that out of the way. Easily one of the best antagonists in Z. Easily one of the best characters in Dragon Ball overall, but we're just looking at him as an antagonist, including, I guess, his Majin Vegeta arc, which is fantastic. There's so much love I can give to Vegeta, and I have. So Vegeta, easy S tier, done. And last but not least is Beerus. So I already said that a lot of the movie villains kind of suck because they're just kind of nothing, but Battle of Gods really changed that and made a villain that I love in a way that no other Dragon Ball villain really has done, aside from Broly and Super, if you want to count that, but he was never really a villain to begin with, nor is Beerus really, but like, whatever. That said, Beerus is straight in the S tier, and honestly, I think he's like third place for me in terms of top Dragon Ball antagonists overall. He is fantastic. I love him. I love his comedy. I love his strange outbursts of randomness. It's great. It's so weird to think that after all this time of seeing all these like cruel, ruthless monsters, that the cat that is like a total goofball is one of my favorites, but it's this total stark contrast to what you see with everybody else, and I love it. I think it's a great way to present this antagonist that we haven't seen before, and makes for Battle of Gods especially to be such a fantastic movie, so I think he definitely goes into S tier. I guess some quick other things since they're not included, right? Super Broly goes into S tier as well, probably ranks either third or fourth if I want to swap around Beerus maybe. I love Super Broly. He is such a massive improvement on Z Broly, it's not even funny, and to anybody that dick rides Z Broly over Super Broly, you're just wrong. I'm sorry, you're just wrong. Get over it. He is C tier. I'm telling you this now. It is official. And then there's Cell Max. I'm sure I'll talk more about Cell Max in the future, but Cell Max is an F tier. He is, honest to God, one of the worst things I have ever seen, and I hate him. I'm sorry to bust your nuts over that. And I guess if we're kind of going on the whole Beerus Broly thing, throwing in Gamma 1 and 2, you can probably put them into A tier, honestly. I love Gamma 1 and 2. They are very solid, and I think they have a lot of room to grow. But overall, they're just really fun characters. So like if I had to put them anywhere here and they're not on the actual tier list, I put them in A tier. But fellas, that about does it for my Dragon Ball antagonist tier list. What do you think? Do you think that Broly belongs to go anywhere else aside from C tier? Because let me tell you, he doesn't. But I'm curious to know what you think, honestly, because of course I have a lot of biases towards a particular series. So, you know, I'd love to see what you guys think and let me know how you think I'm wrong, but I'm not, because this is the definitive one. As we've discussed earlier several times, I'm correct. You're wrong. Broly does not go anywhere higher. As a matter of fact, we can drop him down to F tier. Let's just drop him down. Let's just go to, it's where he belongs. Bio Broly is a movie. Have you seen it? Are you kidding me? Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.